right, so we are now looking at um, we're now looking at what we want to build in terms of summarizing like the back end. And sorry, we're now looking at the back end, and we want to look at how to summarize conversations and kind of get into some of these things about turning transcripts into takeaways, things like that. Um, and so we're about to get pretty deep into it because we haven't done it yet. So I'm gonna add this open. Probably gonna use for a mini high, but in reality, I'll probably use something like this, and then say on the back end, we want to summarize calls to be place those calls, those summaries into the Supabase database. But then we also want to say, well, let's start with that first. To call for all calls coming into 11 labs agents. And say basically you want it to also be tied to each agent, right? So I believe each summary should be tied to the agent ID. Let's go 11 labs agent ID. And then what else do we want to say about it? Each agent ID corresponds to a double ID in the doubles table of Supabase. So essentially what we might want to do, oh, okay, well, it's got some info for me. Yep. So let's go ahead and pull up the database because we're going to need this. Supabase. We're going to need this eventually. Oh, no. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. It's opening my tab. So you need to go ahead and open up what we're supposed to be looking at, because that'll help a lot in terms of making sure that everything is mapped to each other. So we haven't worked on double me in a while because we've been trying to focus on a couple other things, but we found a customer for it, so we want to kind of build into the things that we knew that we could do, but we didn't want to spend the time doing. Okay, so let's see what we're looking at. Just give me a bunch of stuff, but it's like, where is this going to? File. Is this going into, or is it creating a new file? Okay, so this will be routes 11 labs. Yes. Okay, hold on. I already have a routes file though. And I'm gonna say I already have an 11 labs JS file. Basically here we're just telling it like, hey, we already have something here. Okay. How about I create a new file that is just called routes.js. Okay, it keeps trying to put me into routes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this one. And I'm going to create a folder called routes. Hopefully that doesn't break something. That probably broke something. Um, and then in there, I'm going to put name it something. I don't know, I'm confusing the heck out of it. Something differently. Why am I asking these questions? Sometimes you might ask that. It's because I need for ChatGPT to have the memory of what we're talking about. Because if I go off and name it and I don't have it help me come up with a name, then any code that it writes, like let's say I come in here and I'm like, I'll name it, I have a better name. Let's call it 11 Labs Routes.js or whatever. If I put that in here and I don't tell it that I did that, then it might forget. So when I mean, Claude doesn't do this. I think Gemini might. Gemini doesn't have projects yet, but in OpenAI, or sorry, ChatGPT, their project actually gives context. So you're training. I've said this before. Every chat that you have within a project trains the next chat that you have in that same project. So that's exactly what we're doing. So that the next time when I open a new project for something else, it remembers that this is the name. Okay, now I'm going to take the code that I had before. Say that. Alright. I imported the code. Okay, now it's saying I need to update this. This is my, oh, that's alright. Here. I need to input and mount the 11. Here's exactly what to add. So I'll say like my current index.js file is empty, but I have this in my server.js file. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. How do I always forget. I need to like memorize this. I'm tired of asking every time. What's the command to commit and push? So I really should remember this. I'm wasting like, so git add dot and then dash m. Oh, commit dash m. I gotta remember that. It's gonna take me a while. Oh no. Well, that's not good. What did I change? So it said that happened because I pushed new commits to the main. Wow. Okay, hopefully that didn't mess up anything that I did. Okay, so now we're gonna, alright, I think it mentioned that I need to run a curl command. How do I run a curl command for a recent conversation? Okay, conversation ID. Okay, cool. Okay, so I want the backend to automatically pull in conversation ID that is attached to any agent ID, so that when a user logs into, wait, no, so that when an agent, sorry, a double in the database receives a call or makes a call, the call transcript is that is generated by 11 labs is then summarized. So basically what I'm trying to tell it to do is like, it's saying I need to run this, I need to have this, the agent ID, the conversation ID, like that kind of stuff. But I actually wanted to do it all automatically. And I thought I already did this. Maybe I did this for reference one. Pretty sure I already did this. But I forgot where it is. So that is generated by 11 last is then summarized by OpenAI API. It's all automated every time a double has a conversation. Okay, so let's just go with this. I'm not sure it can do this. Why does it keep saying my webhook endpoint? Oh, okay. It's assuming that I know that it's this. I almost didn't know that. Okay. this. Stop complimenting me. Let's do what I gotta do. Let's get back. Okay. Should I write a prompt for how the OpenAI should be looking at the transcript to make summaries and a separate one to make follow-up tasks? Okay. Yep, 2 separate OpenAI calls. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, so it's giving me both. Let's see this. Both the example prompts look fine. I want to add them to my code, but I want them to be separated into different files. Because I want the code to be clean, and I want to be able to edit it very easily. Like, so OpenAI, generate summary, generate follow-ups. So utilization. So I do under here, and then under here, generate summary. And then here, here we'll do generate follow-ups.js. Okay. And then we'll host this here for generate summary. And then we'll go here for generate follow-ups. And then write the 11 Labs web file to include the update. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so that'll work. And then it's writing this. I can't wait for y'all to see what I'm gonna do with Unravel. It's gonna be fun. At least I think it's gonna be fun because this what I'm doing right now will not be needed in about a month. It's just super-based policies. Yeah, I can do that later. Is there a way to automatically push updates to Supabase so that then have it so that because it's basically I need to pay so that follow-ups show up, and I'm like, no, why would I do that? Actually, I don't even need to say that because that's not, it's structured the right way. Okay, now let's go up here. So I think it was get and period. I'm gonna learn how to do this. This is kind of like one of the last things I do because that's such a waste. Like I'm aware of like I'm using these tools, not how I try to cut down on how many times I query them, even though it might not look like it. Yeah. What? That's literally what this says. I said and. Get, add, and then get, add, and then get, commit, and then a dash M. Open AI prompts. And I'll do that. I just added, what? I just added so many things. And then, nope. And then get push. Okay, I did something wrong there. I thought I did that right. Just trying to learn, my friends. Just trying to learn. All right, so we're cooking a little bit right now. So we gotta do some stuff. Okay, well, I want to yeah. It to pull the agent ID based on a double that is in our Supabase database and the conversation ID as well. We want to simulate how the will really work in real life. So it's trying to like help me shortcut it. It's like, nah, I don't want the shortcuts. I want exactly how it's supposed to work. I want to actually, yeah, thanks. See, no shortcuts. Of course. How do you not know by now? I don't want anything sample. I don't want anything example. I want everything straight up exactly how it works. I don't know if that's the sports person in me or the high school athlete. Like you run everything like it's real, like it's game time, even in practice, even in drills. Okay. Get your agent ID. It's already in there. So right here, I'm going to say, how is this if I'm manually pulling the agent ID? How is that a realistic test of the application and the backend? He's trying to make me do manual stuff. gonna take that. I'm gonna say test the webhook. Then there have been calls that have come through the doubles. So let's look backwards and find them. I'm sure. See, I know I'm kind of leading the witness, not leading the witness, but I'm trying to see like if it's capable of thinking how I'm thinking, and it turns out it isn't. So I'm having to tell it. Let's look backwards and find them. I'm sure that if this is actually how I want the product to work, I want it to pull every oh no, I don't want it to be every 24 hours because people are going to be looking for it. No. I'm not going to say that because I actually don't want that. Because it's a webhook trigger, so I actually don't want that. Because webhook triggers are more like as a cause and effect. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. It keeps wanting me to do manual stuff. If I do this, how is this testing the automated steps from a webhook? Okay. Okay. So I understand what it's saying. I thought there was a way around it. So, okay. I get it. I get it, dude. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. Cool. Um, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to take an agent ID. Let's go ahead and do the Revita one. Because this is, that's funny. Okay. Who's this? Okay, don't want that. I want an actual good one. So who is this? All right, let's take this one because I don't know who this is. Hopefully, I'm gonna try my best not to surface their information. Okay, so this is the conversation ID. Um, and then I'm gonna take who is this? So this is the double me agent. So I'm gonna come over here. This is the agent ID. And I'm gonna come here. All right, let's see what he got. Okay, so you assumed a lot, my friend. So let's see what assumptions it made about our hosting and things. Oh no. I didn't know I didn't have that. I thought I installed that already. Oh, I didn't shift it over. But I'm in double me. Net zip to get. That's why it's been saying it couldn't find anything. Like up here when I was throwing me errors. It's been in the wrong thing. Look. That's why I was saying like there's nothing to help. How did it not catch that? I can't believe that. It didn't catch it. Hold on. Can you I know what the answer is, but how can you not figure out what the answer is? Wow, you don't know, do you? And that's what I'm talking about, dude. People are saying it's so far away from somewhere else. It is not even close, dude. Make make sure that the terminal is on the folder. Like it did this command, or sorry, this command, and it knows that's not where it is, or at least it should. Wow, that's crazy. And then it doesn't have the chat that I have been talking to it through. There you are. No shit. Well, now I can run the curl command. Oh, you know what? That's probably, hold on. That's probably why the commands weren't working. Or to push. No, no. Here, here. That's probably why this wasn't working. Because I was in the wrong. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, dude. This stuff is not built for regular, non-technical people, man. I had no idea. Okay, now we can actually problem solve this thing. It didn't even know that I wasn't even in the right terminal. This is called the terminal, by the way. This is called the. I don't know what that's called, but this is called the terminal. Interesting. Uh-oh, that's not good. That means railway's down, which I think I already knew. Oh, maybe not. I'm calling the wrong thing. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and go all the way up. See if I can figure out, like, what... What? See if I can figure out what's happening. I mean, I can't wait till I can understand stuff. Okay, so it should be working, but for some reason it's not pulling. Oh, it's saying my API key isn't here. Okay. Well, I can't put that in front of y'all, so I'll come back to it later. See you in a little bit. So I am back. Whew, it's been a little bit of work trying to figure out. Okay, so I thought it was row level securities. Makes sense because most of the times when there's an issue, it's row level securities. However, I have the key in my .env file, so it shouldn't be row level securities, or at least it should be able to override them. So then I asked, well, could it be that it's not inputting summaries into the summaries tab? Because up here, it has certain things that are requirements, and we need to figure that out. So that's where we are now. Table error, select your summaries. Okay. How is there not an easy way to do this? Like, how do I figure out, like, what are the required docs and what are not? And if something allows it to be... Like, I'm just trying to figure out how I... Wait, hold on. There's got to be a way to do this. Hold on. Is there not a command I can put into SQL to figure out how these tables, these columns in the table accept data? I want to know which are required fields and which can be null. Seems like such a waste, dude. Like, obviously this is what I wanted to know. I think this contact UID is probably what's happening. So I think what I need to happen is I need to create a new thing in a second. Is this gonna work? If not, I need to open up a new ChatGPT. Okay, so this is what I think is happening. I think I need to make sure that when hold on, is this gonna work? Okay, I think what I need to do is, okay, I'll let it figure it out for me. Because I think what's happening is that I forgot this had a contact ID there. So I need to actually run a command before this command that creates a contact anytime someone has a conversation with any of the doubles. Yep, I know. I built it complicated, but I wish it had surfaced this stuff like way beforehand so I wouldn't be dealing with this right now. Because it would have told me that I could, like, what this is and what it isn't. Oh, nope. Sorry. Here are the results. Okay, let's see what it got. You get miss contact ID, no? Uh, okay. Okay, cool, cool. Okay, okay. Like this. I know that's not right, but like I've told you many, many times to rewrite it for me. I've told you multiple times. Every time I'll just rewrite the whole. I don't know why it keeps like trying to try to do it for me. Like I keep telling it, just rewrite it. I know that it's more work for you, but it's more work for me and you to go back and forth about whether my code's correctly formatted or not. Because I'm just going to copy and paste it, not from a negative standpoint, but like this is an MVP. I'm going to hire someone later on to like do this, but not right now. Okay. And also, I need to add something else. I'm going to do that in a different thing. Um, need to have in my super base data. It's kind of getting out of scope, so I'm gonna reel this back in actually. All right, I'm gonna pause this because I need to now build out a little bit more about the contact aspect, like creating contacts in Double Me. Um, and it's not really in the scope of this video, but I mean, it said contact ID isn't required, right? That's a lot of text for no reason. You should just written it for me. I don't understand. Um, where is that table? Where's that table? Have y'all see? Did y'all see it? Oh, here it is. So contact is not required, but it is optional. Okay, cool. Okay. Yep, got it. Save the file. Yep. Okay. So now I gotta come over here. Gotta cancel that. Oh, can't. Oh, cancel that. Good night. Got sticky fingers over here. I wish I knew why I just thought I was just server.js. Wait. Oh. What? Just run the thing, bro. Okay. That's new. I don't understand what's happening. I was just running the node. Really is like talking to an intern. It's like I've told you I don't know how many times to like do this, and you keep wasting like energy not doing that. In fact, I wish you would just write it the right time the first time. That would be awesome. And this is why, sorry, this is something new that's like occurring. I'm working on a project called Zip to Git, and essentially it allows you to take exported zip files and put them in the application you uploaded, and then you select your GitHub your GitHub account and then your GitHub repository, and then it unzips everything and puts them in their files with the code into the repository. Because one of the biggest things that I have right now is that when I'm talking back and forth with this application, it's only going off of front end and back end when I upload it. However, that might not be the case in the future, right? So I need it to be fluid in a sense where they're in the same repository, so that when I use something like code bases in GitHub or GitHub Copilot, like both of the code bases are in there rather than one code base being in GitHub, which is the back end, and the other code base being the front end, which is Bolt. And the problem with that is that you might say, oh, you can just do that on a personal account. I don't want to do that on a personal account. I have an LLC where I do projects and products. So, but in Bolt, you can't have a repository in GitHub that's on a private owned or an organization owned private repo. Cannot happen without a Teams plan. I don't need a Teams plan. It's just me. So, anyways, building all these things are kind of like to solve my own problem, as you probably found by now. So it's been a journey, because sometimes I'm building things just to solve my own problem, and it is incredibly annoying because I wish it wasn't my problem. I wish these things would just work, but you can always tell like what is been designed by a designer. Like this whole GitHub not taking zip files thing, most, if not all, agentic coding platforms export zip files as their code base. But also a lot of them don't do front end and back end deeply, which is why I'm actually going to be trying Replit probably next week or in a couple weeks. Because I want to see what it looks like to have it both in the same environment. That'd be cool. It's running. Okay. Okay. Said it ran successfully. I don't believe it till I see it. Look at that. Uh. Oh man. Almost. Almost made it. Almost made it. You're close. Hey, but you got it into the database. This was in the summaries. Oh, summaries table under the summary column. Okay, so I'm going to put this in and say like, hey, it worked. Looks like it worked. Kudos to it. I didn't even use 03 or 04 for this. Yep, got it in there. Yep, transcript fetched. Oh, well, maybe not. Okay, didn't pull the transcript either. Um, Come on, slow computer. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in you so much to just let me go about my day and finishing out this product. Come on, slow computer. You got this. Good night. Okay. Nope, don't want to do that. Okay. How can you add to the webhook to uh bring okay. Wait, but hold on. But there is a transcript. So how is it not finding it? Because the raw transcript should have also imported into the summaries table in the transcript field. Yeah, because it didn't actually work. Okay, that means 11 Labs documentation needs to be pulled in now. It's going to be a long video. 11 Labs docs overview. So, and then I'm going to pull up 11 Labs. Whoop, again, too slow. Come on, got to work at my speed now. Got to work at my speed. We're about to go crazy. Need a lot of clicking back and forth. Conversational AI. So we know that it does have a transcript because we saw it. We also know we're looking for this conversation ID. So we'll come over here to conversational AI, call history. And then, like I said, we know XEB is where you're coming from. Is it here? XEB? Oh, here. XEB. EPC. Here. Here. XEB. Okay. Let's see what he says. Okay. Just a transcription. Okay. I think I kind of know what I'm looking for. So conversation ID, transcript here, role message. I think it needs to be this, right? Okay. Wow. All right, so okay, so I'm going here. Okay, no, it got. Okay, so it's each of these messages are the transcript. Okay, here's messages, which are the transcript, and the person I'm looking to isolate. Oh, sorry, I'm not looking to isolate anything actually. Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Figure that out too. Single blocks of text for summarizing. Yeah. 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 I got you. Okay. So what it's basically telling me is like how to transform it. Choosing that text. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Got it. Why not just format it ourselves since we since we know when the agent talks and we know when the user talks and what each are saying, couldn't we transform this into readable text for the OpenAI API? It's saying we need to flatten it, and I'm like, but do we need to flatten it? If we can just make it cleaner, because if we flatten it, it could still cause accidents and errors in OpenAI. I know OpenAI is smart, but we could also if we transform it, we can use a lower cost model because if you just send it like text in the way that it's saying send text, then at some point you're going to need to use a higher level OpenAI model because you then have to parse out all of the extra characters and things. But if we were to transform it first into paragraph text, well, then in that case, we could use a cheaper model because all it needs to do is just summarize the text that's right in front of it rather than having to parse through like certain aspects of code, which I think is what it was saying when it was saying we need to flatten it. Where is it at? Yeah. Oh, oh, okay. It was already going there. Okay, I misread it. I thought it was trying to give it like way more. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Should just rewrote it. I don't know why you don't need to ask me to rewrite it. Just rewrite it. All right, we're getting close. I feel like we're getting close. We could definitely not be getting close. I don't know how many times I've said we're getting close in a video that's like video number 6, and then it turns out like video number 15. I'm like we're getting close. And then it's like video number 20. Hey, we got it. It's like, yo, I thought we were getting close like 20 hours ago. All right, we're gonna let this cook for a bit.